Hey there, it's RB Kelly and this is day 3. Now by now, you've learned one cue to be more likable. You've learned one cue to earn more respect. Today we're going to talk about communication. I'm going to describe a story and then I want you to tell me if this has ever happened to you. You are walking along, say at the mall, minding your own business, there with your family or by yourself, doesn't matter, and then someone crops out of nowhere and starts badgering you about their product. Oh, hey, have you seen this product? Have you tried it? Let's try this free sample. No, put this on your hand. Great, da 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 da. And they just go on and on and on. And you discreetly check your watch. You kind of slowly edge away. You say, that's interesting, maybe later. And they just don't take the hint. They refuse to let you leave. Has that ever happened to you? That is a sleazy salesperson. That is what gives sales a bad name. And that is what some of your mentors might be telling you to do with people. Just go at them, be aggressive, always be closing, always presume the sale. And it's a short-term success for some people. If you target people who have a hard time saying no, that is something, you'll get a short-term success because you'll target someone and your victim is like, oh my gosh, I've tried to leave, I just want to go, how can I get them to leave me alone? They're not listening when I say no, they're not listening to my polite refusals, what on earth do I do? And then they have this brilliant idea, maybe if I say yes and buy something, they'll let me go. And so they say yes, they buy your smallest product or whatever they feel they can get away with, and then they book it out of there. And then if this happened at the mall or wherever you found them, they will avoid that place for a really long time until they're sure you're gone. And this is a short-term strategy, yay, you made a sale, but guess what? You shot yourself in the foot because you took someone who could have been someone who made 5 sales with you, 10, 15, 100, and you got one sale out of them and you destroyed your future relationship. This is a terrible sales strategy. And so if you have a mentor or if you've been just, doing your best and you are presuming the sale, not letting people leave, being aggressive, it's not going to work for you. It's actually going to make it a lot harder for you to be in business in the long run. So instead, let's talk about a strategy that builds your relationship with a client instead of destroying it. Something that can help you get a short-term sale, but also ensures you have a long-term relationship. So instead of just having one sale and being done, you can have 1, 2, 5, 11 sales with this person and still have a great relationship. Something where they feel safe bringing their friends and bringing their family to you so you can make sales from them as well. Instead of the next time they're out at your area, they see you there and they bolt in the other direction and take all of their network with them. You don't want that. Let's talk about how you can be gentle, discreet, and delicate in the sales conversation and still get what you want short-term and long-term. And it's this. Instead of assuming someone wants to hear about your product, ask them. All right, that's it. That's the end of the video. You're like, whoa, wait, what? That's it? Just ask them? Yes, just ask them. And it sounds like this. Is this something you're interested in hearing about? Is this something you'd like to learn more about? Does this sound like a good fit for you? What particularly are you looking for when you're choosing this service provider or this product? Say you're selling hand cream. I don't know what you sell. You're selling hand cream and you say, what do you like about your current hand cream? Or how do you feel about this scent? You just ask and then you listen to what they're saying, all right? Because they will say, no, this isn't a good fit for me. And you're like, okay, I totally understand that. Can you tell me why? And they tell you why. And it turns out they hate the way this one smells. And you're like, oh, interesting. Now, if you have a minute, I have a different scent. Is this a good time for you? Is that something you'd like to try? You just ask them. And because they're polite, they'll answer. And if you keep working with me, you'll learn the cues so you can tell when someone subconsciously wants to leave, and you'll learn how to let those people go because they're not ready to buy now, but if you're respectful, maybe they'll come back. But you'll also know how to judge when someone is genuinely interested and wants to learn more. And those are the people you can take from cold to sold in 2 seconds or less. But for now, whether you're networking, whether you're calling, whatever you're doing, however you're meeting your cold leads, instead of presuming that they have the time to talk to you, instead of presuming your product is a good fit for them, ask them. Be polite. Because in the back of your mind, you're probably wondering, is this a good product for them? Is this what they want to know about? Is this a good time to talk? Is this something they have time for? Ask them, is this a good time to talk? Does this product sound like a good fit for you? Does this interest you? And if the answer is no, well, you could, then you want to talk to someone else. But if you never ask, you'll never know. And so if you look at these two different scenarios, all right, you call the same person. But in one scenario, you ask if they're interested in your product, and they say no, and you hang up. In the other scenario, you don't ask, you spend 15 minutes talking at them on the phone, and eventually they get sick of you and hang up. Either way, you didn't get the sale. But in this scenario, you spent 30 seconds. In this scenario, you spent 15 minutes. So in this scenario, you waste less time and you get closer to the kind of client who's actually interested in what you do. So instead of wasting your time with clients, instead of presuming they're interested, ask. If there's something on your mind, are you wondering if this is a good fit for them? Whatever you're wondering, ask them and then listen to what they say. And that is how you have clear communication and also build your relationship with your client. Now, I know this is a difficult thing to wrap your mind around, especially when you're new in sales. You have so many taboos, like, is it okay to ask about money? Is it okay to ask about this? Is it okay to ask about this? And you don't know, you're not sure. So if you have any questions, feel free to reply to this email and I'll answer it as best I can. Or at the very bottom of this link, at the very bottom of this email, you'll see there's an option to sign up for a call with me. It's a quick 15-minute call, nothing for sale, just saying if I can help. And that's always a place for you to get answers to all your questions. Anyway, I'm RB Kelly. You'll get one more email from me tomorrow. But until then, have a wonderful day.